As we continue to discern how each of us is called and gifted to missionary discipleship, please enjoy this video featuring one of our parishioners already living missionary discipleship.
My faith when I was a child growing up, well, we went to church every Sunday, and I know at Lent time my mom would lead us in the rosary and that sort of thing. Had a good, grew up around, my classmates were Catholic and that. So, I had a good foundation. I wasn't overboard, but I was, faith was important to me. When I got into high school and college, because, in high school, I think we talked about it a little bit, where people were going to, especially, your friends and that, talk about where you go to church. They have, different Lutherans and Presbyterians and that sort of thing. So, we talk about it in high school. In college, I would always go to Mass and get up. And I had a lot of fraternity brothers that were Catholic too. I was lucky the fact that I joined the Knights of Columbus, and immediately had a bunch of brothers or friends that we do things. We'd volunteer. We'd raise money, did whatever we had to do. I mean, the Knights of Columbus raises money so they can give it away, basically. It was during my my open heart surgeries. I had 3 open heart surgeries in 4 days. Anyway, she heard, her and my daughter Elise heard the nurses talking that I had flatlined twice during the operation. And she confronted the surgeon, of course, and that's what she does. And the surgeon says, well, we don't like telling the family, all the details or, stuff like that. They don't want to worry them too much. And Celine's comment was, God must have something for him to do yet. So, and since that time, I've thought, what did God save me for? What does he want me to do with my life? And that I would thank God for giving me the opportunity to reach out to people and tell them what they meant to me and thank them. You don't always get that chance. As Christ has been there for me, all my steps. They talk about footprints in the stand where you're going through a bad time and there's only one set of footprints, but God wasn't alongside you step by step. It was because God was carrying you in those times. And there's been times in my life that God has carried me, but God, I know, has always been there for me. And one of the best times is when he gave me the courage to ask my Celine out on a date. It was almost like he handpicked her as my wife. Through Chirp and that, I was able to share my faith with other men, and they share their faith with me. And you don't realize what you're missing. I know in this last Chirp weekend, I invited my electrician who went through 12 years of Catholic education and thought he would get quite a bit out of the weekend, and he did. He talks about it still. You talk about discipleship, and I think I asked Father before the last Chirp, what exactly does discipleship mean? And he basically said that discipleship is you going out like God had wanted the disciples to do and do things for people. And maybe God kept me around so that I could do things for people. And I think that might be my rest of my mission,